Hey, Internet, Eric here. Well, I have finished the Predator franchise. I have finished the Alien franchise, or at least the Ripley movies. So it's inevitable. I'm going to dive headfirst into. I'm not going to say franchise because there's only two of them. I'm going to dive headfirst into discussing the Alien versus Predator movies, starting with the first one. I believe this one came out in 2001, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, Mr. Milo Jovovich. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Plot spoilers, all that stuff is discussed. Basic plot line of this one is we are following Charles Bishop Weyland, who is played by Lance Henriksen, and timeline wise, this takes place. A lot of people saying it's not canon, but if you want to pretend it takes place after Predator 2, but way before Alien, obviously because there's no space travel with humans yet. And he is, this rich billionaire, and Weyland. They haven't created Weyland Yutani yet, but he is getting a team of scientists and trackers and soldiers, I guess you would say. They're all getting together, going to Antarctica because he believes, after finding a heat signal, a strange heat signal on one of his machines or something like that, that there is a pyramid buried under the ice. When they're down there investigating, they find out that they are caught in the middle, basically, of an alien and predator war. We have I guess you would say, three young predators. They are not officially part of the tribe yet, and this is their training. Kill as much xenomorphs as they can, and get that way they can get their shoulder cannons, become one of the tribe, stuff like that. I think tribe wise. A lot of people seem to hate this movie. I don't. I really really enjoy it. If you've seen my videos, I'm a huge fan overall of both franchises. Let's start with the characters in this. Is it? I'm gonna butcher her name. I'm sorry. Santa Lathan or Lathan? How do you say it? How's it spelled? Santa Lathan. I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. If you ever see this video, she is the guide, I guess you would say. Because she's used to climbing Arctic mountains and shit like that. Um, she's a fine lead. I mean, she's very very pretty, nice to look at. She's got good chemistry with the entire cast. I'll say that. Um, Lance Henriksen as Charles Bishop Weyland. He is Lance Henriksen. He is this gruff, dying old man. I think he's got some type of lung cancer. But he is, he's fine. He has a presence on screen. Doesn't do too much other than order people around, and then he does have a brief fight with a predator. That's it. The rest of the cast, it's just there. They're just there. We have the problem is their names aren't you can't. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but their names aren't very memorable. We have the archaeologist, I guess, who would be, I guess, the male lead. That's not Lance Henriksen. He is there to basically read. I don't want to say hieroglyphics, but read the writing on the wall inside the pyramid and decipher, what has happened, why the predators are here, what have they done for society, how old they are, blah blah blah. Explain, the war between the xenomorphs and the predators. He's there. He's fine. You have the next, I guess you would say, scientist, who is more of the sympathetic one, and because he's got children, he's there to he says something to Alex. Alex is Santa Lathan. Says something to her like, "I want to prove to my kids that Dad wasn't always boring." He's likable, sweet. Not in the movie very much once they go into the pyramid, but he's fine. Other than that, you have the guy from Sons of Anarchy with the Glasgow smile. He's there to be an asshole. Like, he's not very likable because when there's a thing that goes on with the pyramid. Like, every now and then it shifts, and walls come this way, doors open, doors close, ceilings open, floors open, stuff like that. And one of his teammates falls down there, and he doesn't even try to help him. He lets it close in on him. So he's not very likable, but I can't think of the actor's name. I like him in Sons of Anarchy. He's just here to yell and scream and shoot a gun. Um, the rest of the characters, they're literally just there. There's the chick with the short hair who talks about, she would always have a gun. Comparing a gun to a condom, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, type of thing. She has a cool death. Other than that, it's just fodder for the aliens and the predators. The aliens look fantastic in my opinion. They look great. They're still covered in slime. They're still slick and wet and gross. They move in such a great way. I love like when a predator throws an alien on the ground. What Paul W.S. Anderson does is he films it. It's laying on its side, and he films it from above, and it's just spinning around, trying to get back onto its feet. They look great when they jump. They're really cool look. The predators, it's tough because I stated in I don't know which predator video it was. They are my favorite looking. I don't know, monster, alien, creature. And the mask, there are 3 different masks here. They look neat. I like how one of the predators has like skulls and sticking, on spikes or something sticking on the back of them. The problem is, at least how I looked at it, their costumes are very, very bulky, and it just looks weird. It seems like the costume that Kevin Peter Hall wore was more form fitting, and these are kind of like bulky and pillowy. You know what I mean? It looks off putting, especially like when it's charging down at a fucking alien. But it's it's not awful. It's just very noticeable, and there is a little bit of change in their face when one of the predators is unmasked. The mouth, the jaw, it even when it's not speaking, not yelling, the jaw doesn't close. It stays open, and it just looks fucking weird. But it's still a fucking predator. You know what I mean? The gore in this. I watched the unrated cut. I don't remember what gore is different in this one. Other than I do remember, the only scene I remember is in the very beginning. It explains or shows what happened to the people at the whaling station in like the early 1900s. The whaling station has been long since abandoned. It's in the area of the pyramid. The group, says, hey, this used to be a whaling station. They disappeared without a trace. Blah blah blah. That's all I remember that was different in the unrated cut. What else? Yeah, but the gore is fine. We get a cool close up of a chest burster ripping out of the girl with the short hair. To my knowledge, the rest of the gore is predator and alien related. We do have a cool fight where an alien literally its second mouth goes through the helmet of the predator and out. The neon green light glow stick blood goes everywhere. Looks really cool. We have some upgraded. We have some weapons that we get to see a little bit more of. We get to see who was it? The guy from like the leader of the mercenaries in the first Resident Evil movie. The black guy, he gets caught in like the net, and we get to see it kind of slowly cut into his head, and it's cool because he kind of dies the same way he did in Resident Evil. Sliced into 100 pieces. So we get some blood there, but it's not overly gory. It's more so during the Predator alien fights. The fights themselves, they're not bad. They're not bad. Like I said, if you can get past the way the Predator kind of fucking looks bulky, the first fight is pretty neat. The aliens literally they're jumping on the Predator. It's holding him down, scratching him across the mask. It's swinging it around by its tail and tosses it. Good over the top fun shit. But there's some more blood. Like one Predator gets it from behind, with by the tail, and we get the blood everywhere. But the fight that you really want to see is when the alien queen gets out. Now, apparently the story is the Predators have this pyramid, and they have an alien queen there in hibernation. It wakes up, gives birth to aliens, facehuggers. People come in, become sacrifices, basically. The aliens run around, Predators hunt them. Well, in a really cool scene, once the aliens have already been birthed out, of the scientists, they free the alien queen. She's literally shackled up, and they start attacking her, just so her blood can break the chains and she can escape. And she's on the top ground. So that leads to her and Lex, Lex. Her and the last surviving Predator teaming up. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. After they've just destroyed this whole fucking, the underground area and all the alien eggs. This final fight between this giant alien queen and those two. And it's really cool because there's scenes where, this is chasing Alex or Lex, whatever, and it's like a fucking T-Rex chasing after her. She's going through whale bones and stuff. It's really, really cool. And then you have the Predator, the Predator, and he's got an upgrade to his frisbee disc weapon, I guess you would say. I don't care too much for it in this one. I think the original one from Predator 2 looked better. This one looks more like a ninja star. But he's whipping that thing at the queen, cutting off parts of its head. Really, really cool. There's a scene like that's really badass where you think the queen is going to take out Lex, and the Predator out of nowhere just does a fucking spin jump and harpoons it like right in the skull with its spear, and the Predator gets its ass kicked too. It gets impaled by the leg and this and that. Really cool fight. I love this fight, this final fight between the alien and the Predator, the alien queen and the Predator. The way they defeat the queen is neat, kind of an homage shot wise. How the alien was defeated in the first two fucking movies. It's okay. And then we get to see, more Predators, the Predator ship. Overall, I really enjoyed this one. I don't know why a lot of people shit on it. Paul W.S. Anderson, I thought he did fine. It's not a fantastic movie, but it is a fun movie. That's what you want from this type of movie. And Paul W. Anderson, to me, makes fun movies. The original Resident Evil, first Mortal Kombat, Soldier is great. Soldier is an overlooked one. Alien vs. Predator is a lot of fun. I will say this, it is cool that now Lance Henriksen, spoilers, who cares, is now is in the same group as Bill Paxton, man killed by a Terminator, a alien, and a Predator. And I'll say this, being Bishop and ripped in half, the end of Aliens counts, because we don't really get to see if Bill Paxton was killed by that shove in the Terminator. So if that counts, so does Bishop. I just want to say that. But overall, decent characters for the most part, some fun fights, some neat gore. It is kind of weird how in this the gestation period is a lot faster, we'll say, in this movie than it is in the previous ones, but we got to get the action like this. People come to see Alien versus Predator. It's like Freddy versus Jason. When it's Freddy versus Jason, it's fucking awesome. When it's not, it's fucking shit. We want to see the monsters fight. And I like the fights in this. It is kind of interesting how the first two Predators are taken up pretty quick. But we get some cool slow motion shots. We get a shot of face huggers like going slow motion onto the victims. And then when we have a face hugger coming out and the Predator grabs and snaps his neck with his finger. There's some really cool and interesting stuff. I like how, not necessarily the head alien, but we get to see an alien. We can tell which alien it is from a previous battle because it gets caught in the web, but as it's crushing its skull, the acid breaks it. So it's now got this like neon green scar on its dome, I guess you would say. It's cool. There's a scene where let's just say the Predator gives Lex some makeshift weapons. That's neat. It's just a fun movie. I don't know what people were expecting with this because you're going to see these two things fight, and you get like 3 fights, I think. If not, you get that really great fight in the end with the Alien Queen and the Predator and Lex. And then, like I said, I like that one, even though you can get past I guess you'd see the bulkiness of the outfit. The first one-on-one fight is pretty neat. So that's it. Likeable characters for the most part. It's cool seeing Lance Henriksen. We get to see these creatures fight. The aliens look great. Predators look decent. Don't know what else to say. I do recommend Alien vs. Predator. After this, I only have one more. I don't remember that much about it. But I remember it wasn't that great. I do. We'll leave it at that. So like and subscribe, click the bell, comment below, tell me what you think. If you really enjoy this movie, if you think I'm wrong and you fucking hate it. Thank you to everyone who showed up to the reunion episode of me and Alex and his brother Dallas. Thank you to new subscribers who have helped me now become, I guess you would say, I'm not the owner of a channel, but a creator who now has over 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate that. It shows that there's somebody who likes to watch my stuff. So with that, I'm just going to say, give Alien versus Predator a shot. If you didn't like it the first time, try it again. I always fucking suck at ending these videos. Cheers.